Guys, let me ask you some questions. Do you ever want to get lost in a sea of reverb? Or have you ever wanted to make whale noises with your guitar? And have you ever seen the movie Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home? Well, if you answered yes to 2 out of 3 of those questions, then this is the video for you. I've got a couple of FoxGear pedals to check out today, and one of them happens to be the most beautiful sounding reverb I have ever heard in my life. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so I've got a couple of pedals here, and like I mentioned in the beginning, these are both from FoxGear. FoxGear is kind of a more recent effects pedal company. Now one of these is a pretty straightforward Korus pedal. It's just the FoxGear Korus, spelled with a K. The other one is an incredibly capable reverb pedal called the FoxGear Rainbow. Now, you guys know I love to check out affordable stuff, and while these pedals are not as inexpensive as some other stuff that I've checked out, they're still not outrageously expensive. So these pedals, the Korus one goes for around $89, 90 bucks, and the Rainbow Reverb pedal goes for about $130. So these are not like the $30 or $40 pedals that sometimes I review, but these are still in the, in a reasonable range for a good quality, nice sounding brand name effects pedal. Now let's take a look at the controls here. The Korus pedal is very standard. You've got 3 controls, a mix, rate, and depth, and of course the big toggle switch to turn it off and on. So those controls are really pretty standard for a Korus pedal. But now when we move over to the Rainbow Reverb, you've got a few standard controls like the level, tone, and deep. But then this knob in the middle, this is called the program control, and it's got 5 different settings. It's got spring, church, rotary verb, celestial, and shimmer. So the program control just basically changes the overall character of the reverb, and it's a very wide-ranging control. So you can get a lot of different tones and reverb types out of this one pedal by adjusting that program control. Now the other control down here that's a little bit out of the ordinary, it's just called the multi-control, and depending on what program you're on, that control will affect different things. So for example, in the shimmer or celestial settings, both of those settings have this really beautiful sort of high harmonic which is added to the tail of the reverb. And if you want to change that harmonic, you can do it with the multi-control. Alright, but I'm limited by my language, and so I can only explain so much of it with words. So let me go ahead and give you some sound examples of both of these pedals here. Now, before we do that, real quick guys, if you enjoy videos like this and you enjoy content like this and you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing right now. Alright, let's go ahead and hook up these pedals and listen to how they sound. All right, guys, so now I should mention that I'm using both of these pedals, but I'm also using my Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder, and this has the Sustainer setup in it, the Sustainiac electronics. So those cool, calling the whales noises that I was making, that's basically with the Sustainer turned on, and then I'm manipulating the whammy bar to get those cool little wah kind of sounds in there. So the whole setup, if you wanted to get this exact sound, it's the Sun Valley Super Shredder with a Sustainiac setup in it. I'm using this little Vailton 20-watt amplifier. It's a little tiny, solid-state amplifier with a really nice clean effects loop in it. And then I've got both of those FoxGear pedals running through the effects loop. I love doing those sort of otherworldly calling the whales sounds. I kind of want to take my whole rig, go out to the ocean, use an underwater speaker and see if I can call some whales over. And then the whale would come over and he'd be like, "Hey, I'm a whale." All right, guys. Now, honestly, reverb is something that I've sort of had to warm up to over the past couple of years, because I used to be just exclusively a delay guy when it came to adding some atmosphere to my tone. But in the past couple of years, I have started to experiment more with reverb pedals, and I've really started to like them. And this one, I mean, this one has just blown my mind. The incredible atmospheres and just, you know, when I play through this thing, it makes it seem like I'm up on the top of a mountain overlooking some fog-filled valley, and there's maybe a castle burning in the distance. Yeah. And I know, guys, for some of you, you know, 130 bucks for one pedal, a reverb pedal especially, you might be thinking like, I can get a cheaper one or something. But I mean, this thing sounds really amazing and pretty unique also. I mean, you could knock out a whole album with this pedal. And then you could be like, well, the tone is in the hands. But guys, I would love to hear, of course, what you think of this pedal. And also, what do you guys think of delay versus reverb? Do you think one is better than the other, or it's just sort of accomplishes the same thing but with a different character to it? What do you guys think? So now, guys, as always, I'll put links for these pedals down in the video description below, and I'll go ahead and put links for everything down there. The guitar, the little amplifier, and also my online instructional material and my social media. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you soon.